Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
Just win, baby. Let's go. What is up, Raider Nation? And welcome back to another episode of the Oos Nation Podcast, episode 17 with your boy, Simone Raider, and my co-host,
Mr. Fitz. Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
First and foremost, before we start this episode, man, I want to give a huge shout out to Sub City Studios. You guys already know the deal. The home of the Oos Nation Podcast, man. If you guys are looking for a place to start a podcast or shoot a podcast, this is the place for you guys. And speaking of our podcast, man, we hit some milestones over the weekend, man.
Yes, sir.
We finally, officially hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. Shout out to the nation. Thank you guys for the support. I know we've been on and off here and there, but, you know, we're slowly building this podcast, and,
yes, sir.
You know, we're going to have a lot of guests on there. So if you guys aren't subscribed, you know, head over to YouTube, subscribe to the Oos Nation Podcast. We also surpassed 2,500 followers on Instagram. And we actually had a huge giveaway that we were going to do. I think you announced it a long time ago.
So our first episode, our first official episode in your lobby at your apartments, I had said that I was going to give away a Darren Waller jersey. That was before he was traded, but a Darren Waller jersey.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah, I know, right? To the first 2,500 followers that followed us on the IG account. So, with that being said, I have the jersey with authentication, and we will be raffling that off to one of you guys this week, right?
Yeah, we'll do it this weekend.
Okay.
We'll probably do it this weekend. All you got to do is follow, obviously, the Oos Nation Podcast, follow Mr. Fitz, Simone Raider, and subscribe to the channel.
All our channels for Oos Nation. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And then we will pick one lucky winner.
Yeah, we'll put the official post sometime this week, and good luck to whoever wins it.
Once we hit 10K on Instagram, I will be giving away a Max Crosby jersey. So stay tuned.
Yes, sir. But with that said, obviously it feels good. It's Victory Monday today.
Victory fucking Monday.
We are 2-0. We got back-to-back victories.
Yes, sir.
Antonio Pierce, man, doing the damn thing, man. Ever since he's been hired as the interim coach, we've been taking them dubs, Zeus, back to back. Both New York teams.
Yep.
And
New
it feels
York
good.
Just came in here and lost everything and went back to New York.
Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels really, really great, especially because we were on primetime Sunday Night Football in front of the millions and millions of fans watching at home.
Hoping that the Raiders lose.
Everybody hoped the Raiders lose, you know. Even some Raider fans hope the Raiders lose. But we won, Oos. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at the game. But
family first, that's why.
Oh, yeah, shout out to the wifey. She turned... Oh, okay, I'm not going to say her age, but... almost got caught slipping. But, you know, I celebrated the wifey's birthday last weekend. But you got to go to the game.
Yes, sir.
Sunday Night Football. Obviously, after a huge win against the New York Giants, there was a lot of hype going into this week. So, how was it? Tailgate, the atmosphere?
Fucking dope, bro. So, this was by far one of my favorite tailgate, or actually my favorite tailgate of all of Las Vegas.
Even over the Chargers
over Chargers,
playoff game?
The Niners. Reason being for that is the J-Lot is usually the first two rows that's always packed.
Yeah.
This shit was packed to the fifth row, bro.
Damn.
Never seen it. You know, it's never been that way the whole time we've been in Vegas. Not just that, is I'd say about 90% of the fans that were tailgating in J-Lot were all Raider fans.
Okay.
So, and that shit was packed. That was like low-key baby LA right there.
Oh, that's some big expectations right there.
Yeah, it was dope. And like after yesterday, it's like I wanted to keep. The Raiders need to fucking win more so we can have tailgates like that every fucking week.
We've been saying that though. We've been saying that's all we need is to start winning, and for the Raider fans to cheer for something. It also does help. It also does help that the tickets have been cheap. You know, this basketball.
Well, nah, you see the tickets this morning for the KC shot up.
Oh, for real?
They shot up like over $100 in one night.
Dang. See,
that's kind of
be careful for what you wish for, you know, because these last two games were pretty cheap, but
it fucks some of us over that, you know, that really go to the games when we fucking lose.
And now all
these other fans want to fucking come over here and be like, yeah.
All these Raider fans that didn't want to come to the game are looking for tickets like, oh man, hell no.
Now y'all fucking up our shit. God damn it.
But yeah, but that's all we've been saying. It's gonna take winning for not only the nation, but the city of Vegas to get behind the Raiders. And it's crazy that after 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, after the Lions losses, we would have never thought that we'd be in this position right now.
No, we're actually in the hunt for the playoffs right now.
Man, a lot of people were not going to quit on the team, honestly. And AP, and it just shows that the culture has changed, man. Has shifted. AP being the new head coach, bringing the Raider way to Las Vegas, man. A lot of fans are really hyped up about that, and I've seen a lot of fans wanting to come out to the games just to experience it, and especially on Sunday Night Football, getting that W, man. It's great to hear that. So I also want to ask, obviously Vegas, we're notorious for having, a lot of opposing fans there. So how was the stadium this time?
Majority was Raider fans. Back-to-back weeks. The Giants week was majority Raider fans.
Yeah, it was.
This one was, I would say, a little more Raider fans than last week.
Okay.
So, I took a real close look because a lot of people were wearing black jerseys.
The black Jets jerseys?
Yeah, so I had to double check, but overall it was majority by a lot was Raider fans.
At least it wasn't like the Pittsburgh game where they had towels to kind of show.
I just kept looking. I was like, looking around. I was like, yeah, okay, we're deep.
Bro, it looked deep, bro. Like, and the energy was there, bro.
It was by far.
Man, it just feels good to be. Well, we're 5-5 technically, but it kind of feels like we started anew. We're 2-0,
Yeah.
And a new day in the Raider Nation. We kind of talked about it last week. So far, are you impressed with AP? I know last week we were like, we're excited about it, but let's give it time.
Yeah, he definitely brings the energy. He is definitely being the leader of everybody. You know what I mean? I saw that he was working close this week with the O-line and the what's his name, AOC.
Yeah.
I like him. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can keep this going. You know what I mean? Because I know our offense didn't come through last night, but our defense did.
Yes.
And it's a team effort. And I like the way that what's his name, Amik Robertson, he had posted on his page later on last night that it was a good team win. Yeah. And I noticed, this guy over here, players were all talking about team win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like that. You know what I mean? Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yeah. And Antonio Pierce also brought it up in his post-game, locker room thing, brick by brick. And it's going to take one step at a time for us to get to that place. But I'm excited because not only did we beat a trash Giants team, we blew them out, which that's what we're supposed to do, right?
We beat a good defense.
And then this week we're playing a much better defense. Like you said, it wasn't pretty in the beginning. Offense didn't really do much other than in the end, AOC got that ball to Michael Mayer, which I'll get to in a little bit. Yeah. But, even though the offense didn't show up, the defense showed up.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we've been seeing a lot this year. Even with the wins that Jimmy G had, most of it, obviously came off of the back of the defense. So not only is the defense showing up much more this year, but in these past 2 games, man, they look like a top 10, top 5 defense under AP. And I'm really happy to see that they were able to hold the Jets to nothing but field goals.
Yeah.
Give up no touchdown. They look great out there, and they picked up where the offense couldn't come through in. So, overall, great win. Antonio Pierce, 2-0 as a head coach. So far, I'm happy. I love seeing the locker room, cigar celebrations.
But I thought it was no smoking in the facility, no matter nowhere.
I don't know. Maybe that's a Josh McDaniels thing. It was, but we got AP in there.
You should let the fans vape up in that bitch.
Yeah, AP. Listen to this guy.
Come on, man.
This guy over here be sneaking his puffs. I love seeing that the players are able to express themselves, especially after the game. And I know that was a big deal in the first win that we had, but it was great to see that they came out and did the same exact thing. We got to see the cigar celebrations, and it's great vibes all around.
Who brings in the cigars?
Shit, probably Max Crosby. I don't know who does, but I mean.
I was thinking about that. I was like, who is bringing in the cigars?
Who is the guy? And it was also great to see that, Davante Adams looked a bit more happy,
Yeah, he was turned.
He was over there getting hyphy. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Davante, like, is that Marshawn Lynch or is that fucking Davante
with
Adams?
The dreads and everything. 2 weeks ago, he looked like he didn't want to be a part of this team. Now he looks like he's happy to be a part of this team.
Man, it makes you wonder, like, Was it all Josh?
Honestly, I think it was.
Yeah.
I gave the dude the benefit of the doubt. You heard it multiple times. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see him succeed. I wanted to see what he could do with the team. Maybe he could change this organization around with the Patriot way. But that shit didn't work at all.
No, he got fired on Halloween.
The team that I'm seeing right now is the team that I expected to see the moment Josh McDaniels got hired.
This is what I was expecting to see last year, man.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
The players are expressing themselves. They're having a good time out there. And even though some people aren't doing the best, they're playing as a team.
When you're having fun doing something that you love, that's when shit happens.
Especially if you're playing for the coach.
Yeah.
We've seen that with Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah.
So with AP now, you could tell that the players fuck with the coach heavy, like they're on a close, like they're closely knit.
I'm getting the same energy as we did that season when we went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And as a matter of speaking, playoffs, the last time we fired a coach halfway through the season, we made it to the playoffs.
We did. Is
this history repeating itself?
I think so.
Me too.
I hate having hope in this team, Moose, because that shit always gets shot down. And I had hope coming into the season. That shit got shot down. But we got a new head coach, like I said, and that hope is starting to creep in. I mean, a lot of people have seen the hope.
Oh yeah, I'm alive again. I'm fucking stoked. You know what I mean?
We're happy to go to the games again. Where we're not at like just fucking frustrated and shit like that.
Are we gonna win today?
Are we gonna win? Am I gonna party in the win?
Am I gonna have a heart attack like 4 times during this game?
Bro, they almost. Bro, they almost gave bro. It was a heart attack.
Like, fuck, bro, I was like, hurry up. Score a touchdown.
We got the interception. After we got the interception, I was like, oh, done.
Game. And then all of a sudden they get the ball back.
They get the ball back.
1 fucking minute? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and that's a lot of time, too.
Exactly.
AOC fucking up the pass and shit like that, but...
No, cut up some slack.
I'm joking, man. But no, like, we gave him the ball back, and then I was like, don't do this to us, man. But we came away with the victory. We got that W, man. Raiders beat the Jets officially, 16-12. And we are 5-5 right now. Defensive win, man. It's great, man. AOC, your guy. I mean,
yes, sir.
Slowly becoming my guy. 16 for 27, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and an ugly interception.
That interception was luck, bro. You saw that shit?
Oh,
I don't know how he caught that ball.
He got sacked 3 times, though.
O-line again.
You know what?
Last night was struggling.
I'm not gonna lie. The O-line did struggle. But this is something that I brought up before. People never want to listen. I posted it on Twitter. I said it don't matter who the quarterback is. If the O-line is gonna play shitty like that, we're not gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing when Jimmy G was the quarterback and everybody was on his head. Nobody want to talk about the offensive line.
But now Jimmy G also threw like 5 interceptions in one game.
Bro, not one game. The most he's thrown was 2, bro. But then now AOC over here, like, getting sacked the line is like, oh, offensive line is terrible. I was like, come on now. He holding on to the ball a little too long.
AOC is a deep threat.
But
we haven't seen his full potential. We need an O-line to hold it down so he could play that pocket and fucking hit our receivers, bro.
I'm telling you, what we talked about last week is I think we're gonna make that run. Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna meet the Niners. Well, we're gonna go to the playoffs. AOC gets hurt. Jimmy G takes over.
I'll take that.
And hey, we beat the Niners in Super Bowls. That'd be crazy.
The Niners would never hear the fucking end of it. If we beat them in the Super Bowl, I would be talking shit for life.
Like I said, that's nothing but dollar bills.
Oh
for
yeah,
that
Vegas
Super Bowl
would be packed with not only Raider fans but Niners. The Bay would be in.
You see the preseason game, bro.
They call Vegas that, right? The Veg.
What?
It's local slang, like for the people that grew up here.
Okay.
I'm from the Veg.
What the fuck?
I know. So it'd be battle of the Bay in the Veg.
Now that shit sounds weird.
I know, that sounds weird shit.
Yeah. See, good thing I didn't
Shout
go up here.
Shout out to all the locals, though. I know the lingo.
Battle of the Mandalay Bay. That's all we got to say.
All right, I'll take that one. That sounds better.
No. But hey, that like I said, like we said last week, man, that would be a crazy, crazy Super Bowl money making machine right there. Especially if the Raiders were to win.
Oh yeah,
it would be nice. But we played the Jets. I gotta give credit to the Jets, even though their offenses they were just as bad. I gotta give credit to Zach Wilson, man. He looked pretty good out there.
Yeah, all of a sudden you want to play better.
All of a sudden, this dude looking like fucking Patrick Mahomes with his throws and shit.
Fucking
the no looks,
sideways, running around and shit.
Bro, and that last pass
kind of scared me,
bro.
It touched. Was it Wilson's?
It was
hands?
fucking the third tight end.
It touched somebody's hands. Bounce balls. I think.
No. If the tight end didn't smack the ball, Wilson had that ball, in his hands. Bro, none of the Raiders' defensive players would have stopped it. But their own player, bro.
Thank you to the tight end for the New York Jets.
Bro, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't Uzama. What? It was actually their own tight end that blocked the game-winning touchdown. Tyler Clock. You know what you made me say? It was
cock.
Tyler's Conklin.
Tyler's cock.
Okay, so what I meant to say was Tyler Conklin.
He took a major Conklin on that one.
Shout out to the MVP of the game. It was Tyler Conklin. But that, like I said, rewatching that play again, my boy Wilson almost had it till Conklin. Until Conklin came in.
Is it Conklin or Conklin?
Conklin.
He likes Clocklin?
No, bro. Until Conklin came, bro. So he and he blocked the touchdown.
He came where?
In the end, dude.
Oh shit! That's when you're supposed to game. Oh yeah.
Okay. Rewind.
Oh.
So what I was trying to say. Okay. Tyler C, bro. No, but yeah, I mean, thank God that
the cock was there.
I wasn't even trying to say that. Well, thank God for Conklin, bro, because he saved the Raiders from losing that game at the end of the game. Shout out to Zach Wilson, man. He threw that. Max Crosby was on his ass at that last play.
He was.
And he was still able to get the ball out of his hands, and he almost got that touchdown. But Conklin came in and
cock blocked.
Basically, it was. Well, I'll take it, man. I'll take it, bro. Look at the receivers in this game. Our receivers. Devontae Adams obviously had a solid game. 6 for 86. The second receiver that got some love was Jacoby Myers, only 2 for 21. It just seemed like
we ran the ball way too much.
We ran the ball really solid though in this game. But I feel like we should have spread the ball around. Other than Devontae Adams, he's not our only wide receiver out there. Yeah. Nobody else really got that many receptions. Hunter Renfrow, man, what's going on, man? We still haven't gotten him involved.
No,
only 1 reception for 5 yards.
But the good thing is we're seeing him out there more.
He was out there before. He just wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah, well, I mean,
see, nobody's complaining about Hunter Renfrow now that Jimmy G's not the quarterback and Josh McDaniels ain't here. We just
I don't think it was Jimmy G. I think it was.
Yeah, you're right.
McDaniels barely used him. Maybe twice the whole season.
Yeah, he barely got any receptions. But in this game, he only had 1 reception for 5 yards. But shout out to our tight end, dudes.
Oh yeah,
Michael Mayer, bro. Mayer.
You know, like Halloween.
No, bro.
He's a killer on the field.
Oh, that's what you call him?
Michael Myers.
But his name is Mayer.
I know, but I just switched it up so that way.
Okay, Michael Myers.
He's big like Michael Myers.
How big?
very, very big.
How you know that? From the waist down? He's over the waist down.
Nah, that's my nickname to him. Because you see that shit he did yesterday?
Bro, monster defender.
That shit, bitch.
Bro, Michael Mayer, for his first touchdown, man, that's a crazy highlight, bro.
He mossed the fuck out of him.
Bro, shout out to Michael Mayer for going up and grabbing that ball, bro. AOC threw it up there. He said, fuck it.
It's like, give me that shit.
And Mayer came down with it. The only touchdown that we had in this game, it was a huge one. And it definitely gave us the momentum to finish off the game, man. But, Michael Mayer did his thing, man. I kind of put it down. The pros and the cons to this game. One of the biggest pros in this game, the defense.
Yeah, sure.
The defense came through. Like I said earlier, no touchdowns given up. We only allowed 12 points. All field goals.
Yeah.
Spillane.
They were in the end zone quite a few times.
For sure. We, like AOC, he had an interception, but we still held him to just a field goal. Same thing with Josh Jacobs. Had a fumble, and we still held them to only a field goal. So the defense doing their job, even though the offense didn't come through, they did their job.
Once the offense clicks, bro, with this defense, oh my God, I'm so excited for it.
I also think it just comes down to, the defense we played. The Jets defense isn't something to play around with. They're really good defense.
The defense is solid,
They're
bro.
elite. And they showed that yesterday. They were all over our quarterback. ALC really didn't have much to go. Josh Jacobs was getting kind of stuffed in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So we definitely seen that. But we were able, the defense came through. Robert Spillane, my goodness, this dude,
bro,
looked like he looks like one of the top linebackers in the NFL today. I was kind of iffy on him because I was like, I wasn't gonna say that he was bad, but I was like, he's just gonna be a solid linebacker. I'm not expecting much out of him.
Playmaker.
Definitely, he has 3 interceptions on the season so far, and he had a huge interception in this game.
Yeah,
came through. I feel like definitely helped the Raiders win this game because the Jets were driving down at that point, but that interception came in clutch. He read the offense perfectly, came through with that. On top of that, he had 7 total tackles. He had a sack, a tackle for loss, and he also had obviously an interception.
All with a broken hand in a cast.
For reals though.
Yeah.
So Spillane, man, gotta put some respect on his name, man. Malcolm Koonce came away with the forced fumble, strip sack.
Yep.
But the defense in general looked good, outside of Marcus Peters. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Marcus Peters.
He did another fucking arm
I seen
wrap
that shit, bro.
Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Luckily, they got called back for like a holding play or some shit like that. But I seen the play and I was like, because I see it on TV. I don't know how good it was from your view.
We saw, and they put it on the big screen, bro.
Oh yeah, that's even worse.
Everybody was like, "The fuck?"
Exactly, bro. I'm like, bro, this dude just looked like he don't even want to be out there sometimes. For reals, that's what pissed me off. But like overall, the defense did their job. Outside of that, Josh Jacobs looked like that guy again.
Yeah, he did. And that one fumble wasn't a fumble.
Oh, yeah. He had 2 fumbles.
Yeah,
one of them went out of bounds, luckily for us, on that huge 40-yard run.
Yep.
Oh, man. I thought he was going to take it to the house,
me too,
man.
bro. And he was running right towards me. I was like,
oh,
come on, let's go.
He did the stiff for him. I was like, okay. But when he lost the ball, I said, fuck, go out of bounds.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
And then the second one, like you said, he was down. I swore that he was down. They gave it to him, but it don't matter what the refs were trying to do, even though they were trying to fuck us over. The defense came through and did their job. But like I said, Josh Jacobs finally hitting 100 yards in this game. 27 carries for 116, man. Looking like the guy that we once knew.
Last year,
the NFL leading rusher.
I told you I believed he was going to be. I know he's not on the pace right now to be a top. He for sure could be a top 10, though.
Yeah, he could be top 10.
For sure.
But I told you that I wasn't expecting him to do that last year was crazy. So I didn't expect him to replicate that.
I know he's gonna hit over 1,000 yards this season.
He could. He still got a chance to do that. And he like I said, even though the pass game wasn't there, the run game came through when we needed him to.
Yep.
And he was another key piece to the offense clicking. So I was happy to see that he was finally back. Some of the cons that I had, the negatives that I take out of the game, the offensive line.
Yeah.
Number one thing, offensive line didn't look good. I mean, they started coming together at the end of the game, but for the most part, they were getting ate up by the Jets defense, man. Offensive line.
Their D-line, though, the Jets' D-line
they're really good.
Real good.
Yeah, so seeing AOC back there, he had a couple of good throws here and there, throughout the whole first quarter, first half. But the offensive line finally gave him some time to, at least throw some deep ones down there, get a couple big ones. But they just need to step up more, especially when we play these tough defensive teams moving forward. I just think that they need to play a better game. And LC, on top of that, was just holding onto the ball a little long on a couple of those sacks. I don't mind when he throws the ball away because he threw the ball away a couple of times when, the defense was getting to him. I'm perfectly fine with that. But for me, it's just holding onto the ball and getting the sacks. Outside of that, is there any other pros and cons that you took away from this game?
No, you hit it right on the nose with that one.
So, on top of that, then, player of the game. I want to ask you for your player of the game after I talk about this real quick. So, the NFL, Sunday Night Football, gave the game ball to Aiden O'Connell.
I've seen that.
Was he your player of the game, or do you believe somebody else deserved it?
Honestly, I believe somebody else deserved it.
Who would it be? Like for you, like if you had to give somebody the game ball.
If I had the chance to give somebody the game ball for that game,
Yeah.
I would have gave it to Spillane.
That was exactly my point as well. I thought so too.
He had the big interception of the night. He did consistently hold it down throughout the whole game with doing it in a fucking cast, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I would have gave it to him, but shout out to AOC for getting it.
Shout out to AOC. You know,
he's a rookie. He's doing his thing. He's progressing. That's my biggest thing is like last night, even though it took him a while to get a fucking touchdown, he's progressing, bro. The glimpse of him being, in my opinion, great are there. And if you go watch him back in college, he is a deep threat. We just need a O-line to give him the opportunity to be the deep threat that he is.
Yeah. And I think that just comes down to the defense they played again. Like their D-line that they played was tough, but they do need to step it up.
Like this year's draft, honestly, I want to go after an O-line.
I think
the QB, get first and second round, get 2 solid O-line, then go defense because our defense looks solid. And we got all these players for at least 3 years on the defense. Besides Spillane. Bring him back.
I think that we should spend a lot of that on the defense. Still continue to build the defense. Offensive line, I wouldn't mind because we have mainly solid players on the offensive line right now. It's just that right side that needs help. On top of that, you know, this past game we didn't have Colton Miller, so that was a struggle as well. Jermaine Illuminor played on the left side. He doesn't usually play there. He plays on the right side. So having Colton Miller out, that was also tough for us. So I'm not going to get on them too much. They do need to play better, but I'd rather pay a top offensive lineman in the offseason, like a free agent, to come in and then just start building.
Bring me in.
I'll
bring my Nina, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bring Narus and
back the fuck up. Ain't nobody touching my QB. Go ahead, AOC, throw it.
And if you need some energy, Moose, then drink that Prime, Moose.
No,
you'll be good.
That's too much.
But on a real note, on a real note though,
Prime is actually good though.
On a real note though, as far as Aiden O'Connell, he didn't have the best game. Last game he didn't even have a crazy game either.
No, but there's progression in this game.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I've been telling people. I don't care if our quarterback throws for 500, 600 yards, 5 touchdowns in a game, 4 touchdowns. As long as they do what they can do to drive the team down the field and end up winning games, limit the turnovers. I know he had an ugly turnover yesterday, but we were still able to at least keep it poised and get the job done. That's the same thing I expected out of Jimmy G when he was playing. And it's the same thing I expected out of Derek Carr when he was playing last year. Remember that year when we went into the playoffs, when we fired John Gruden and we had Rich Bisaccia?
Yeah.
Derek Carr didn't play. He had some of his worst games that whole stretch. But it didn't matter as long as we were winning. And that's why I tell a lot of people, you know, I think it depends on who they like. If they like him, then it doesn't matter. If they hate him, like Jimmy G or, you know, Derek Carr had both sides, everybody's going to have opinions on yada, yada, yada. But it's good to see that the rookie is at least staying poised in the pocket. He's
doing his job.
He's doing his job. That's all I'm expecting out of him.
Yeah.
Like I said, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That touchdown came huge when we needed it. We got the W. That's all that matters. And I'm okay with Aiden O'Connell. As far as the player of the game, I agree with you 100%. I feel like Spillane should have been the player of the game. I think a lot of people were just high on Aiden O'Connell and stuff like that. But if you really look at the game, the defense held it down. Spillane was the main one, you know, riding that ship, being the guy getting to the ball every single time. And that interception has saved our ass, bro, at the end. And they even did their job at the end to help win the game. So I felt like Robert Spillane at least deserved that one. But it is what it is. It's a team victory. We got that win, News.
Yep.
Moving forward to Miami. I just wanted to ask you real quick. We're not going to dive deep because we do have some nation take from the Raider Nation. How do you feel about the Raiders team now going into Miami this week?
I am a lot more confident than I was a couple weeks ago. You got the defense that's really a factor right now with the Raiders. We all know that Tua is great, but he fucks up a lot. I mean, for y'all that follow football, that know sports, like personally, I'm big into all teams. You know, I'm big into the NFL. So Tua's great, but he makes a lot of mistakes. With our defense right now, I believe that we can capitalize. I mean, I know they got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
The only person I'm worried about is
exactly. But if our D line can put the pressure on Tua, we should be able to handle their offense. You know what I mean? The only question is my concerns with this game is our offense, because their D is decent. It's not great, but it's decent.
They're good.
Yeah, they're not that good. I think they're sitting past the top 20 in defenses right now.
Oh, they got playmakers. Those
They
still got Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, they do. They got playmakers, but as a unit, they got a lot of weak spots.
I think to add on to your point, it is going to take our offense because depending on what our what type of defense shows up for us, if we have the same defense that showed up against the New York Jets,
Giants,
and the Giants,
our defense showed up.
Then I think we should be okay. But the only difference between those two teams that we played and this team that we're going to play is that this offense with Miami is a much high-powered. They're a high-powered offense, and they got a quarterback that can sling the rock. They got a playmaker in Tyreek Hill that could get behind the secondary.
They ain't finna do us like Denver though.
Oh, fuck no! I don't think any team, bro. 70 points on there. Yeah. I don't think that'll ever happen. But I feel like if the defense isn't able to keep up with them, if Marcus Peters is on fucking Tyreek Hill, oh my gosh, pray for us, dog.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a shootout, but it depends on if our offense is gonna show up and keep up with the Dolphins. You know, if they start scoring touchdowns after touchdowns. I'm gonna expect, Aiden O'Connell, Devontae Adams to go out there and keep up with them. Maybe slow down the pace a little bit if we get the lead with Josh Jacobs, because he's still looking solid out there. So, I have a bit of confidence going into this game.
We have to capitalize when we are in possession of the ball.
Definitely.
It comes down to that.
I don't want to see AJ Cole out there as much as I love the dude. I don't want to see AJ Cole, and I don't want to see Daniel
Carlson.
No Carlson unless we score a touchdown.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a big test. Last week was a big test for Aiden O'Connell in the offense because they played a good defense.
What do you think?
I think, as far as winning, or
you think we're going to win?
I say yeah. I say we will.
We can, yeah.
I give us a good chance of winning this game, not only because we have the talent here and we have a rookie quarterback and whatnot, but only because of the momentum we're riding off of right now.
Exactly.
The players are bought into
what we got going on.
Antonio Pierce being the head coach, he's a guy that makes the players want to run through a wall. So I feel like this game, even if it doesn't,
a random person
handle that,
haters, bitch.
But yeah, like even if we don't start off the game strong, I feel like we'd be poised enough to keep this game close and somehow come out with it with a W.
Yeah,
that's all I've seen from this team, brick by brick,
1 week at a time,
exactly.
1 game at a time. Let's fucking go.
I give us a good chance of winning this game, and I feel more confident of us winning this game than I did the past 2 games.
Yeah,
so slowly they're earning my trust again, and my hope is slowly building, which kind of sucks because that shit always gets shot down, but. I feel like the Raiders are turning a new page right now, and it seems like a different team out there.
It does, by far.
With that being said, though, shout out to the nation, shout out to the Raider Nation, man. I posted something on Instagram today asking the nation. This is something I do on my YouTube channel, but I wanted to do it for the podcast. I know we did it for one of our earlier podcasts, but I call it Nation Take. I get the hottest Raider takes or questions from the nation, and we talk about it. So This is a perfect way to get some topics on here and shout out the nation out there. So the first one comes from the homie Ghetto Hippie. You remember Ghetto Hippie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he asked this. He didn't ask. He has a hot take. Can Aiden O'Connell and Michael Mayer be the next Brady Gronk connection?
Damn right they can. What the fuck?
Damn, that's a tough one.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you go back and watch AOC at Purdue, he is a deep threat. I'm telling you, he is. If we had a solid O-line in front of him and he was able to take his time and hit somebody, and Michael Mayer being how he was at Notre Dame, he was a beast.
Oh, definitely.
Fucking I'm telling you, bro, that definitely could be Brady and Gronk.
I think it's too much for me to say that. You know, I can't compare. I can't compare Aiden O'Connell, but
Well,
Michael
not-
Mayer.
I-
But
I
Michael
don't-
Mayer, I could
Close.
say everybody call him Baby
Baby
Gronk.
Gronk for a reason.
So I think he has the potential to be as good as Gronkowski.
Yeah.
The blocking is there. He's still got to learn. But seeing that catch that he had this past game, that's just a glimpse of what we could see. And I know Aiden O'Connell has just as much, a ceiling to be a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
But I got to give it some time. Let him get there. I don't really see Brady, but I do see the Gronkowski with the comparison to Michael Mayer. Now his second hot take that he did have was, did Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler purposely try to sabotage the Raiders organization?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so. They came in here and fucked all kinds. Gave away Waller, fucking bench Renfro.
They didn't bench him.
I mean, well,
They
they
didn't
didn't
utilize
utilize them. So
Yeah.
might as well fucking.
I don't think that they were. I don't think that they
I
came
think
here.
they hated the Raiders so much.
No,
They got the job and was like, we're gonna fuck this organization all the way up their ass.
I mean, there's a lot of fans that think just like you, but I don't see that. I think he came here and he wanted to implement his type of team, or the Patriot way, whatever that may have been. But
The motherfucker had Tom Brady.
that shit doesn't work. That shit didn't work. And maybe he had too much of a
Like the Patriot way was Tom Brady. Period. Look at Bill Belichick, fucking
yeah.
ass right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think he wanted to bring his own type of play here, the Patriot way here, but that shit just didn't work. And I feel like he had too much pride in what he had going on to really change anything up. He just wasn't a good leader. He wasn't a good coach. Like I said, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but they made some right moves here and there. I think so. I think moving on from Derek Carr is something I don't think anybody would have done. I think that was the right move for the Raiders. But they went out and got Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
They wanted to win. They extended Derek Carr. They extended Darren Waller. They extended Hunter Renfrow. They extended Max Crosby. All these things, I felt like they wanted to make it work, but that shit just wasn't working. His style of play wasn't working, and maybe he's just a horrible coach. He wasn't the right guy. He wasn't a leader of men. So I don't think that he purposely did it. I just don't think that it just worked out in that favor. And I felt like he was the unluckiest coach out here. With all of those losses that we had, those close losses. So I wouldn't go as far as to say that. My boy, how do you say his name? Cheeto.
Oh yeah, Chilinos or
Chilitos, hot Cheetos.
Hot
No,
Cheetos.
I forgot. Hey, sorry, it was man.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot to ask you your real name when I saw you last.
I kept saying Chiladonis or something like that, but I know that's off. But shout out to my Usto. He says, as much crap we give Patrick Graham, he deserves his praise and has the Raiders defense balling and playing as a top 10.
Yeah, most def.
I think Patrick Graham definitely deserves.
There's a lot of people talk shit on him, bro.
Everybody did because the defense wasn't great, but I think they're starting to come along. Maybe it took a different head
Yeah,
coach.
they're starting to finally, and a big cause of that is because of Graham. So I concur.
This one comes from Day91. He says, "Do you believe that we can turn the season around for a playoff spot?"
God damn right we can. We are already in the hunt last week for the playoffs. You got to remember, a lot of teams right now are 4-5, 5-5. We're 5-5 right now. We are definitely in a position to make the playoffs. The only two hard teams we got to get through are this week's Miami Dolphins. Then, of course, like every other year, it had to be the Chiefs twice at the end of the year.
Yeah, we didn't play them at all in the beginning.
No, so we have to get through at least one game. It's critical to beat the Chiefs once this season. Then we have the Vikings, dog shit. Then we got Chargers. It's always 1-1 with them. Dog shit. They fucking suck. They lost to Detroit yesterday. Eat shit. Then we got the Indianapolis Colts and then the Broncos. We have a nice shot at making the playoffs right now.
Yeah, we definitely have a chance.
I wonder what the odds are right now with betting.
I have no idea.
I'm about to go bet my kids' college funds.
They got college fund?
No.
So he's betting nothing, guys. I know what you mean, though. But we definitely could turn things around. We've seen it done before. Like we said, 2021 was a season where a lot of shit was going downhill, and nobody's seen us being a playoff team.
Yeah,
as well.
Started off 3-3, and then what? Had like 4 back-to-back losses.
Started off 3-0 that season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 3-0.
And we went 3-3, and then we started losing games, and it was like, okay, we're gonna lose. Nobody really bought into the team. John Gruden, Henry Ruggs, everything going on around the Raiders organization. No chance to make the playoffs, and we made the playoffs. Yeah. We fought. We played for Rich Bisaccia, and we made the playoffs. So
and then Derek Carr threw an interception to lose to the Bengals.
Yeah, we don't talk. We don't talk about Carr here. Nah, but like I said, we can definitely turn things around. Like 2021, everything is in place for us. We got the right coach. I feel like the Raiders. The players are bought in, and with the teams that we got coming up outside of the Chiefs, I give us a good chance of winning most of those games.
Yeah,
we are 5-5 right now, and we still got.
Who knows? We might end up 12. What was your prediction?
No, mine was 10. Yours was 8.
8. I know that.
Remember, I said by change. I said we could definitely win 8. I think around 8 now.
Oh, but 10, sure we could win 8.
But 10, it's doable. Yeah, we just need 5 more wins to get 10.
That means we can only lose 2 more and end up with your score prediction.
Yeah, you're right.
So, damn, man. You would have asked me that 3 weeks ago, I'd have been like, yeah, we're fucked, bro.
I mean, we talked about it like 3 weeks ago, and it was like, I don't even see this team doing anything. And now we're like, okay, we got hope now that we could possibly make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
all you Raider hitters, suck it easy.
Or suck it hard.
It's your choice, bro. Your
body, your choice.
Your mouth, your choice.
Stupid. So getting on, we talked about KC. So shout out to
Detroit for beating those Chargers.
Oh,
bro, did you watch that game?
No, I don't watch nobody.
They were on the 1 yard line. The Chargers. It was like first, 1 yard line, and there was second down. They got stuffed at the 1 yard line 3 times in a row. Bro, shout out to Detroit, man.
Y'all some real ones.
Yeah, good
y'all
looking
beat
out,
the Chargers
bro.
just like y'all beat us.
Yeah. We'll get you back next year, bitches.
Don't think we forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
So G Saleh, I don't know if that was right. G Saleh 17 says we will beat KC once this year.
Oh, damn right.
We both predicted it in our record prediction. I feel like it's due that we'll beat them one time, and shit, maybe we'll beat them twice. Well, which game would you want to beat them in?
At home.
We got them Thanksgiving weekend and Christmas weekend.
I want to beat them at home. I for sure want to beat them on Christmas because that'd be a great Christmas, New Year's.
Christmas is in KC, right?
Yeah. But I want to beat them at home so we can send their asses back home crying.
You know what? Let's. So if you had to choose a game to beat them, one game.
One game.
Which one?
Thanksgiving.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Fuck. No. No, you know what? Thanksgiving, because we got momentum right now.
Yeah.
And Christmas.
And that would add to the momentum.
Yeah, that would add to the momentum. Maybe by Christmas we don't need our starters.
Yeah.
And we lose. I'll take that. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that,
Yeah. Everybody else just starts going downhill. We lock in a spot at the wild card, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be great.
Or the Chiefs just go on a 5-game losing streak and we take the number 1 seed in our division.
I pray.
Oh,
please, baby Jesus.
Of the NFL.
I said, baby Jesus. Okay, so the Julian Carpio says that Derek Carr wasn't the problem. McDaniels just made him look like the bad guy. Ooh. Let me take that one real quick.
Please.
A lot of people have been saying this, especially when we do bad. They're always like, oh, see, everybody said that Derek Carr was the problem. Oh, we should have kept him. Okay. I'm going to set this straight. Derek Carr wasn't the solution. He wasn't the whole problem, but Derek Carr was not the solution. We've seen this play out year after year after year, having hopes. This guy has good games and he has horrible games.
There's no in between.
There's no in between with Derek Carr.
You're great or you're shit.
And what was the biggest reason? Like, there's been so many excuses for Derek Carr since he's been a Raider. He's the only quarterback that I know that no matter what he does, there's no wrong. It's always the defense problem. There's always the offensive line's problem. He doesn't have enough weapons.
Say that though, because look at last year's perfect example. Week 1, Chargers. 3 minutes left. defense gets the ball back, gives it back to the offense. The motherfucker, threw an interception?
Bro,
several games last year, it all came down to the defense getting the ball back to Derek Carr, and Derek Carr just.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, everybody wants to blame Josh McDaniels. Yeah, Josh McDaniels wasn't the best. You know, he definitely wasn't the best. He's a bad coach, but that doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, Derek Carr was on the decline. He definitely was on the decline. You know, yes, he had his years. He had great years. You know, I think after the injury in 2016, he was never the same. And we all expected him to get back to that Derek Carr from 2016 where he was an MVP caliber.
Yeah.
But like I said, he was on the decline. I've seen it since 2020 when we lost to the Bengals, and then we lost I think we lost in the playoffs and whatnot. But he's been on
an interception. You're talking about 2021, right? In the playoffs.
That too. But earlier that season in 2021, we played the Bengals too, and he played a shitty game. Our offense didn't even get past the 50-yard line when we played the New Orleans Saints. So I'm saying this. Everybody's been saying, okay, he needs a defense, he needs an offensive line, he needs weapons.
Got all that shit over there.
And he's got every single one of those things in New Orleans. And they're doing just as good or as bad as us. They're 5-5.
Are they 5-5?
They're 5-5. They lost yesterday. Yeah. Derek Carr didn't look good. You know?
Even before he got hurt.
Before he got hurt. Like, I think Derek Carr is a solid quarterback.
A solid human being, not quarterback.
No, he's a great human being.
Yeah.
But he's like a mid quarterback. He's not trash, but he's not elite. I put him almost in the same tier as Jimmy, a little bit more than Jimmy.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, you think he's under Jimmy?
No, I would say after the season with Jimmy,
bro. No, hell no, hell no. Don't blame you. You put Derek Carr in this offense at the beginning of this year.
There was no great time this season where we saw Jimmy G fucking, like Derek Carr.
Bro, the Broncos game.
Which one?
Jimmy did good against the Broncos. He had 200 yards, clean yards, no interception, had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but he didn't
and he ended the game. He ran for the first down to win the game.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, Oos. Come on now.
That's a
subject. Come on, Oos. The defense won us those other 2 games, right? The other 2 games that he won, right?
Yeah.
But he played a solid game.
But he still sucked against the Broncos.
But look at Aiden O'Connell won this last game. Well, no, he didn't win this last. The defense won this last game, but nobody's talking shit about Aiden O'Connell. He had 1 touchdown.
He's a rookie, though.
I'm saying it don't matter, rookie or not.
We'll give him a little break.
I'm just saying. See, everybody likes to act one way towards Jimmy G and one way towards AOC, but this ain't about them two. AOC's doing better right now.
I'm not tired of AOC yet.
Oh, no, we're not. No, I'm not tired. I'm okay with AOC, yeah. But I'm saying like the stigma between Derek Carr and Jimmy, they
both suck.
They're not too far off, but we're paying less for Jimmy G. So
that's a win. That is. You're right there.
I feel like if anything, well, now we don't know how Jimmy G looks without Josh McDaniels because I feel like he was holding him back. The offensive line wasn't blocking.
That's a good argument.
But we will never know until something happens to LC.
Until we go to the playoffs and then we make it to the Super Bowl against the Niners, and then AOC gets hurt and Jimmy G comes in and wins.
We joke around. I'm not gonna hope for him to get hurt, but we won't know how Jimmy G looks without Josh McDaniels in this offense unless something was to happen to AOC. Knock on wood. I'm not hoping for that. But as far as Jimmy G and Derek Carr. Or not just Jimmy G, but as far as Derek Carr, I think the time that the writing was on the wall, he was definitely a part of the problem. Like we said, there was plenty of times last year where we could have won the game. Defense wasn't the greatest, but they gave our opportunity. Yeah. They gave the opportunity back to the offense, and we weren't able to do shit.
Facts.
And most of that comes down to the quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. They say, "Oh, he's been handcuffed." Josh McDaniels said not to do this and that. At the end of the day, he didn't do his job. But I'm over here yapping. How did you feel about that? Do you feel like Derek Carr wasn't the problem? It was just McDaniels making him look like a bad guy?
No, it was definitely both of them. McDaniels is a shit coach. And like we just said for the last 5 minutes, is Derek Carr, there's no in between. It was always he was hot or not. So fuck them both. It's it's time to move past all that.
So I know that let the Raider Nation talk about that because I know Derek Carr is a touchy subject with a lot of people, but this next one is kind of touchy with you. Okay, I'm good. But this next subject is a little bit touchy with you because Noah Garcia says that AOC is not the answer. How you feel about that, Oos?
I mean, your opinion is your God-given gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will never knock nobody for their opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not the solution, but me being a risk taker and a gambler, there's a lot of upside to him. Go back to watching him at Purdue. He is a playmaker and a deep threat. For sure, you can't argue that. I love his backstory. I honestly feel that he could be the future of the Raiders. That's my opinion. You want to knock me on my opinion, then go ahead.
Hey,
I just might knock you on your ass.
So talk about it to me. Like you said. And like I said before, I get on AOC mainly because we go back and forth just to have fun.
But out of all the quarterbacks we had recently, I'm taking AOC all day.
And I'm fine with that. I think it's too early to say that he's the future. Like he's not the future.
It's too early to know.
Yeah, it's too early to know whether or not he is
a lot of potential. So we'll see.
Like I said, it's too early to know whether or not he is the future of the Raiders. But we'll take it one game at a time. We'll see if he does take this team to the playoffs and he starts to progressively look better.
Yeah,
definitely we move into next year, and that's one question that we don't have going into next season is quarterback, which that would be huge for us.
Because quarterback in our history has been shit.
AOC. We'll see. I'm not going to be rooting for his downfall, but we'll take it one game at a time. It just looks like right now a lot of the players are really behind AOC.
AOC,
yeah. So you can't really hate on the Rook right now. This last one comes from Big Dog Raider. A lot of people were saying that we will only win 6 games. Now with AP, we are 5-5. What do you feel our final record will be? I'm saying 9-8 or 8-9. I think we could get 9 wins. With this team,
10 right now, bro.
We could go 9 or 10 this year.
Okay, let's go through the schedule real quick. Who is the remainder of the games? We got Miami, then we got KC here at home, then we have the bye week, right?
Yeah.
Then we have Vikings here at home.
Vikings, Chargers,
Chiefs,
Colts, and then Broncos.
So we have 8 games left then.
Yeah.
No, we have 7. The bye week was 1. If we can get past, which I think we could do, beat the Dolphins. Okay, the only real games that I'm worried about losing would be the Dolphins. There's a chance there, but there's a chance we can lose against the Dolphins. And if we lose once to KC, we could end up 10.
Okay.
We're beating the Broncos because they suck donkey dick. The Colts suck too. Their defense is shit. Their offense is the only thing they got going for them right now. We're definitely beating the Chargers. We're beating the fucking Vikings. They're dog shit too. Mm-hmm. And who else?
I think that's about it. And Chargers and all that. But I think we could get 10 wins. I would go on the low end 8 or 9.
I'm going 9.
But 10 is definitely where I was at in the beginning of the season, and I think we have potential to do that though.
Yeah.
But
you would have asked me at the beginning of the season, I would have told you otherwise. But
definitely. But we're trending in the right direction. We got Miami next week, and I know we both are hoping for a victory. It's going to be a big one. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going and win 3 straight wins. Let's get 3 straight W's. That would be huge for this team. But shout out to everybody that sent their questions in. I'm going to try to do that more often and answer more. But shout out to the nation out there. Again, if you guys are not subscribed to the Oos Nation podcast, or if you guys want to tap in, hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
yes, sir.
Oos Nation podcast.
Sooner or later, we are going to be on Spotify. For the people that keep asking, Spotify, Apple, and all that stuff.
I got to get on that.
Stay tuned. I got like 4 messages in the last week about that. I was like, we're working on it.
I've been on it. I just been. We'll be there for the audio listeners out there for sure. But with that said, thanks for coming through. I mean, it's been another great week. Another great dub.
Yes, sir.
But let the people know where
let
the people know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me at Mr. Fitz, MRFITZ 714 on all social media. Tap into my Twitter though, or X, whatever you want to call it. Starting this week, I have a few videos in the chamber. I am going to be responding to all the keyboard warriors and all the fucking big mouth motherfuckers. I can't do it on TikTok and Instagram because they like to flag me a lot. So I'm letting it loose on Twitter because you can say whatever the fuck you want to on there and they don't give a fuck. So if you're talking shit on my social media, I'm going to be clowning you, your whole family, and everything else on video. So tap in. Y'all know what it is. Fuck your team and it's Raiders, bitch.
Jeez. Well, what about Threads?
Threads too, man. Everything. Snapchat. I'm gonna be talking some major shit. Some of you
guys can send them some private videos.
Some of you guys irritate me, and I hope you choke on one. You know.
Oh.
Nah, not really, but yeah, go fuck yourself.
But on the bright side, I'm not gonna argue with you guys. You know. I'm probably not going to read your messages. No, I'm just joking. But you guys already know the deal, man. You guys can find me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, @SamoaRaider. And obviously, follow the Oos Nation podcast on all platforms. And what do you want to say?
For the guy that told me to scrub my neck, I hope you get hit by a fucking bus, bro. Scratch that. I was kidding.
We don't condone any kind of violence on this show, though.
Besides this one time.
No, I'm just joking.
Tell me to scrub my neck again. I swear to God.
But with that said, though, Raider Nation, man, this is episode 17.
Yes, sir.
Of the Oos Nation podcast, man. Until the next one, it's your boy Samoa Raider and my host, Mr. Fitz. And we are
Deuces.